Yo, yo, yo. What is good? Good afternoon. Freedom marchers, freedom family, freedom lovers, and freedom fighters. Snapzilla Gorilla here, and we're going to get into this sparring match that the little brother of Devin Haney, Sean Haney, recently had. And Aki TV put it out on his YouTube channel if you guys want to go check that out. Aki TV. Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? Giving him credit, of course, for putting up this here video. It's a short 3-minute clip of Sean Haney putting in some sparring work with somebody else. I don't know who this person is, but apparently it's Sean Haney's second time sparring, right? So understand, this is a sparring match that we're talking about, okay? It's not a real match. It's a sparring match. Sean Haney has not been training that long. He's like 14, 15 years old. And, you know, second time sparring. And I'm seeing the video. I'm watching the video. I'm going to go over the video just a little bit because what I'm going to be focusing on are the comments, okay, that people are leaving under this video. And that is really why I want to talk about this, because the hate train has already begun for Devin Haney's little brother. All right. Now, you guys can go check out BFTB Sports, BFTB Boxing. He did mention that he would be breaking down the sparring match. So y'all can go check him out for that. I'm not going to be breaking the sparring down like that. I will be making a couple of comments just to counter what they're saying in the comments. Now, not everyone in the comments are hating, but there are enough. And it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. This is the second time this kid's sparring. So we clearly don't have any decorum. Yes, son. Say what? Kids. Hold on. I gotta send a message to my children. Hold on, son. My bad. Fisher was good. Stephen R. Marr says ho. Okay. So I just want to, pardon me, I'm sending messages to my kids. Suddenly, I'm trying to do a live stream and everybody needs attention. MTG was good. I just want to go over some of the comments in this sparring, okay? First, I'm going to be calling out a couple of comments, right? And then I will be talking about some of the sparring. Yes, mommy. That is kids for me. Yes, absolutely. Anyway, but I am on vacation, right, from work. And, you know, I'm enjoying being around my kids. How does a blind person know when to stop wiping? Good Lord. I don't know, MTG, but I'm pretty sure you're going to tell me. Anyway, let me go ahead into these couple of these comments, just to show the level of hate that is already coming Sean Haney's way. Now, Sean Haney, like I said, is Devin Haney's little brother in the sport. You know, Devin Haney's a boxer. You know, MTG, I don't know many blind people to know how they know when they're done wiping. They smell the toilet. Well, yeah, you know what? Mommy, that's a good way to do it. Now, you do have a couple of you have a few encouraging comments in here. And yeah. Oh, mommy, you're blind? Oh, well, bless your heart. Psych. Anyway. Well, the first comment I see from an Eva Starks, whoever that is, she had her channel for 17 years, so she's clearly a veteran in the YouTube space. But she said he is running, okay? She said he is running. That's what Eva Starks is saying about Sean Haney in this sparring match. And then you have at M10H, another young lady says, very cool. Thank you for your attention to detail. And then Shadowban 813 says, if you tell them the opponent was Mexican, they'll appreciate his losing efforts. Yeah. And then you have some guy named King George 76 says, bullying weight as usual. MTG says Sean O'Malley got Haney all day. First of all, they're not even in the same sport. Sean O'Malley would not go into boxing to fight Devin Haney. That's not going to happen. And Devin Haney is not an MMA fighter. So, whatever. It is what it is. People calling it running because they don't know how to cut off the ring. Exactly, 85 Sports Talk. And like I said, it's crazy. So another person says, I'm NGL, whatever the hell that means. Oh, I guess not going to lie. Why he moving this much against a smaller dude? Why is the opponents always smaller than Haney? This is what a Ramirez is saying. Really? The opponents are always smaller against Devin Haney? Was Ryan Garcia smaller than Devin Haney? I don't think so. Was Jose Ramirez smaller than Devin Haney? No, he was not. So what are we talking about? Wow. And then somebody's calling out bots. These bots are annoying. They're probably talking about the haters. These aren't bots. These are real people. If that's him in the gray, he's twice the size of Lil Bro. Wow. Jose's 5'10". He was big. Exactly. But here they are saying that Sean Haney is a weight bully in a sparring match. It's a sparring match, y'all. A sparring match. Sean Haney has already got it. He's already on. Yeah. It's going to be something else. But he looks good in the sparring. Why would they record this? Somebody asked. Here comes the second coming of Sir Pillowfist Haney. Oh boy, the hate is real. You look like a Temu version of LL Cool J. All right, Dead Mike, whatever you say. I'll look like me. I don't look like no LL Cool J. You know what I mean? But say what you want. All I know is ladies love Cool James and ladies love me too. So you might have a point there. Boxing ain't it for Lil Bro. Hang it up, son. Tennis is your sport. Savage Gang says. Now, mind you, this is Sean Haney's second time sparring in this video. Second time. I just want him to be trained by someone else. I feel Bill is hindering Devin's career. What? You first of all, these people don't know who's training Sean Haney. Right? They don't know. They don't know who's training Sean Haney. And Shane Mosley was involved in training the Devin Haney in this previous fight. He was involved. Let's see. If that's supposed to be good, hang up them gloves. Captain Oh So Wavy. Well, if you were here earlier, Dead Mike, I'm on vacation. Is that okay with you? I'm on vacation until I transition into my new job. So yeah, that's what's going on. Now, this guy said, if that's supposed to be good, hang up them gloves. No one said that the sparring was good. No one said that Sean Haney looked spectacular or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? No one said that. They just posted the sparring. They said this is his second time sparring. And people are saying that Sean should hang it up. The hate is real. The hate is real, but the love is fake. The hate is real and the love is fake, always. Okay? Yes, here's someone calling out the haters. They say it's good video, Aki. I assume Devin brother is with the good footwork because haters call him working the ring running. This queer behavior has to stop. It's no way every time is something with Dev or his family, it's hate. Yeah, he's right. Using footwork to evade your opponent is called running. You know, you can use head movement, you can use upper body movement, and you can use your whole body. You can use your footwork to evade punches. You can use your footwork. You can use your footwork heavily in your defense to not only to defend yourself, not only to get out of the way of punches, but to set up your own punches, to get them where you want them to be, right? To position them where you want to position them, right? If your footwork is outdoing their footwork, you can put them in a position you want them to be in. That's called ring generalship, right? You can neutralize their aggression using good footwork. You can neutralize their punches, right? You can frustrate them. You can make them miss a whole lot. Stephen X was good. Salute to you. You can use your footwork to do all manner of things against an opponent. You see, your footwork, if you know how to use your footwork properly to get around, you can use it for more than one thing. You can use it for defense. You can use it to set up your own offense. You can use it to frustrate your opponent, right? You can use it to get angles on your opponent, right? You can use it to get out of the way of punches. There are a number of ways to use good footwork. But see, people that are pure haters and don't know shit about boxing, they're going to tell you that it's running. Well, when you run, right? Let's say you're running in the ring because you're scared or you don't want to get, you're not using tactical movement to get out of the way. You're actually running, you're turning your back and you're running away, literally. That's not what's happening. That's not what Devin did against Jose Ramirez. That's not what Sean Haney is doing in this video. He is using his footwork to evade his opponent and to set up his own punches. Yes, Stephen X, they actually run in the UFC. Absolutely. And thank you for making that point, because I will post something on my community post that will show you what running looks like. Not just in MMA, but in boxing. Dead Mike, that's a lie. That is a lie. Haney fight was the lowest punch output in boxing. That is a lie, because Canelo versus Skull was lower than Haney's fight. Yeah, their punch count was lower than that. So what you talking about, man? What was it? What was it? What was it? Canelo versus Skull was lower. Haney said he needed to retire. He got PTSD from Ryan Garcia. False. You know who has PTSD? Ryan Garcia, from the lack of performance-enhancing drugs. He's traumatized by the fact that he could not use his Ostarine, his Nandrolone, and whatever the hell else he was using in his fight against Rolly Romero. That is who has PTSD. No, Devin Haney just decided to box the shit out of Jose Ramirez and win every fucking round. Yeah, that's what happened there. What was it? What was it? What? Ryan Garcia looked like trash too. Ain't no two. Ain't no two. Because Devin Haney did not look like trash. Devin Haney made Jose Ramirez look like trash because Jose Ramirez could not answer. Had no answer for what Devin Haney was doing to him. Devin Haney did not run. Devin Haney boxed him. Jose Ramirez could not cut off the ring. Jose Ramirez could not land punches. That's on Jose Ramirez. Jose Ramirez was counting on Devin Haney to throw a bunch of jabs so that he can counter with a left hook. Devin Haney did not give him that. Everybody's talking about, oh, where's the jab? Where's the jab? He didn't want to give Jose Ramirez a jab. But when he did give the jab, guess what? It was followed up immediately with at least 2 more punches, a cross and another hook. He checked hook a lot, but no one wants to talk about the check hooks he landed against Jose Ramirez. No one wants to talk about the hooks that he landed against Jose Ramirez. They want to talk about Devin not throwing the jab. But y'all clown Devin for jabbing the shit out of Kambosos. When he fought Kambosos the first time, he jabbed the shit out of him. Y'all was mad about that. And what did y'all say? All he gonna do in the rematch is jab and grab, jab and grab, jab and grab. And when he did not jab and grab, when he stood in the pocket and beat the shit out of George Kambosos, what y'all didn't have shit to say then. What was it then? Oh well, look, he couldn't even knock Kambosos down. He couldn't knock him out. He was putting everything behind those punches and couldn't blah blah blah. He couldn't hurt Kambosos. But if you ask Kambosos if he was hurt, he'll tell you yes. Kambosos would tell you that Devin hurt him multiple times in both fights. That Devin punches hard a lot of times. He'll land a lot of hard punches on you and beat you the fuck up and possibly send you to the hospital. Whereas, the traditional power puncher will hit you with 1 or 2 or 3 big punches in a fight. Bigger punches than Devin would, but there's only few of them that they will land. Because guess what? When you try to land those big shots, when you plant yourself and try to land those big shots, you are more likely to telegraph, right? You're more likely to telegraph. That's why Ryan Garcia only dropped Devin Haney 3 times in that first fight. Right? Whereas Devin will land a lot of hard punches against his opponent, may not be enough power generated to knock them out or knock them down necessarily. But guess what? Next thing you know, you got a broken orbital bone, you got a couple broken ribs like Loma had. Your face is all fucked up. You will feel it. Exactly, Stephen X, leading left hooks. You think Crawford low-key going to give Canelo that work? It depends on what type of work you're talking about. Who should Devin Haney fight next? I don't know. I think he needs to, maybe Mario Barrios, if they'll let him, at 147. I think that would be a good matchup. Then after that, Brian Norman Jr. If they let him, because, Mario Barrios has one of the belts. And, I don't know if they'll let him. I forgot which belt Mario Barrios has. Motown 909 was good. Was good, we at you. Yeah, but so what? If Barrios, first of all, is that signed, sealed, and delivered? Is Mario Barrios for sure fighting Pac-Man? If so, so what? I mean, he could just fight him again. He can just fight him in October, right? That gives you a few months. Yeah, that's 4 months, right? Between July and October. No, that's 3 months. Maybe November. I doubt Ryan Garcia wants to rematch Devin Haney right now, right? He wants to try to figure out a way to get juice back up and get away with it before he faces Devin Haney. Because if he goes in front of Devin Haney, not being juiced up and having to come in at weight, yeah, he's not going to like that. So anyway, I don't know if Mario Barrios is fighting Pac-Man. Anyway, so Joseph Mitchell, and this is on Aki's under Aki's video, says look like his bro bum status, and then writes, first he says who cares, right? That was 18 hours ago, and then 17 hours ago he says look like his bro bum status. I thought you didn't care. Oh, Stephen X, I feel like Ryan has been juicing for a very long time, right? Now, here's my problem with what a lot of people are saying about Ryan Garcia and juicing on Osterine. Talking about first the number one misconception is that Osterine is a fat burner. Osterine, excuse me, little boy. Yes? Nothing. What you want, boy? Food. You want food? Yeah. What kind of food you want? Beef patty. A beef? Didn't you just have a beef patty? No. You didn't have a beef patty yet? Yeah. You just had macaroni and cheese. I did. So what you trying to eat a beef patty now? Yeah. Why don't you eat something else? Why don't you go eat a piece of fruit? Because. Go eat some fruit salad. What you think? How about some fruit salad? No, why not? Because. Oh, bro, you just had macaroni and cheese, and now you want a beef patty. Go tell your sister to make you a beef patty, man. Canelo look old against Skull. Yeah, well. Oh, yeah, they're having ribeyes for dinner. The ribeyes for dinner. Yeah, so the one misconception is that Osterine is a fat burner. It's not a fat burner. All right. Osterine is a selective androgen receptor modulator. That is not approved for human use. Number one, it is not. It is an endosarm, enobosarm. It is not a fat burner. Okay? And if Ryan Garcia was on Osterine, those times he could not get down to 140 against Oscar Duarte. And I think somebody else, I think it was, who else? I forgot who else he couldn't get down to 144 at that division. But anyway, that's a later subject. So, listen, they're saying that Sean Haney is running. They're saying that he doesn't look that good. They're saying that he looks like a bum. They're saying he's a weight bully. All the bullshit. This is his second sparring match, right? So when you're sparring, you're not sparring somebody as though you're getting ready to fight them in a sanctioned fight, right? You know what I'm saying? He might be shorter than Sean, right? But their experience level might be similar, or whoever Sean is sparring might have a better or more experience. I've sparred people I sparred 12-year-olds as a grown man. You know what I'm saying? When I was 28, 29, 30 years old, I was sparring a 14-year-old kid. I was sparring a chick who weighed 120 pounds. Not hard, just showing them some looks. I'm giving them some work. What's good, Stray Godzilla? What's good? Drop your link, Stray Godzilla, so they can come check your channel out. But yeah, I mean, I was sparring all manner of people. I sparred 6'7" Samoans. You know what I'm saying? That weighed almost 300 pounds. You know what I mean? So you don't spar against someone of the same size every time. You can spar anybody, right? You just have to understand what you're sparring them for, what the purpose of the sparring session is. That's what you determine that before you spar. You determine how fast you're going. You know what I mean? If you're giving 10, 20, 30%, 50%, are you going a little harder? Are you helping somebody get ready for a fight? Are you just working on defense? Because sometimes you might just be working on defense. Whatever. It is what it is. But I'm looking at this sparring, and for what it is, right? For what it is. See, Sean is using footwork. He just threw a double jab and a cross. He landed those two double jabs, and his opponent drew back or stepped back to get out of the way of the cross. He's circling his opponent. He's not running. Now, what he is doing, he is reacting to the feints, right? He's reacting to his opponent's feints. But this is his second time sparring. This is bound to happen, right? Normally when people spar for the first or second time, they're flinching, they're turning their head. He's not doing that. He is facing his opponent. He is using footwork to get around. He's moving to the right. He's moving to his right, you know, to get out of the way of, you know, his opponent's big weapon, which is his rear right hand, his rear, you know what I mean? He's using footwork. He's throwing the jab. You know, he's setting up a cross. That's what he's doing, right? He is using footwork to make his opponent miss his combinations. His opponent just threw a 3-punch combination. None of it landed because he used his footwork to move back and then lateral, right? That is one thing that you're taught, right? Is you don't want to just step back, because your opponent can just lunge, take bigger steps and land something. No, you want to step back a couple times and then step to the right or to the left to get the angle of your opponent, right? You don't want to just step back because you'll give your opponent the opportunity to land a big shot as you're moving back. No, you want to change your angles. That's what he's doing, right? His second time sparring. Now this whole time he's facing his sparring partner. This whole time. He just threw a double jab. Stepped in, threw a double jab. Now he's circling. The other guy threw an overhand right that widely missed. You know what I'm saying? And all Sean did was kind of threw his arm up to deflect it. Right? That wasn't even close. Now he's kind of jumping back and forth. He's bouncy, you know. Just threw a double jab. He threw a double jab that landed, and his opponent missed his counter. You know what I'm saying? This is what's going on right now. But Sean is not running. He's reacting. He's reacting to the feints. He's stepping back again. You know, he's stepping back from the feints, you know. But again, if this is his second time sparring, he looks pretty damn good for a second time sparring. I will say that. Stray Godzilla, I heard that they're talking about stripping Tio. I'm not sure if it happened yet. So nothing's landing from his opponent. Now he's in the pocket with his opponent. He's against the ropes. His opponent is throwing shit, throwing the left or right, wide hooks, throwing wide hooks, trying to get in because he's frustrated. So now he's trying to land something, you know, and he's not going light right now. And look, what just happened is Sean got Sean against the ropes. Now, Sean has a high guard, and the guy is trying to take his head off, basically. Trying to take his head off. And Sean is there. He has a high guard up. He has a good guard going. And then, you know, his opponent has him against the ropes. He's pushing him against the ropes. He's trying to land a big shot. Now, and then Sean grabs him, right, with an overhook. Grabs his right arm with an overhook, right? And then throws an uppercut. Lands an uppercut against his opponent. And then his opponent backs off. Now he's walking his opponent down. He's walking him down, right? He just got caught with a left hook. He tried his own lunging left hook and missed. But he's going after him right now. He's walking him down. He took a step back. Now he's walking him down again. Missed the jab. The guy slipped the jab. Now they're tied up. So Sean is going after it right now. At first, see, you can tell people weren't watching the full thing. They saw Sean circling. They saw Sean backing up. They saw Sean basically getting walked down. Now Sean is walking him down, trying to land some shots. You know what I'm saying? Now when the opponent had Sean against the ropes and couldn't land a big shot, and then Sean gave him that right uppercut, they turned the heat up a little bit. You can tell they're like, okay, you trying to do something right now, right? I mean, he looks good for his first time. He just landed a jab to the body and got countered with a right hand. He got countered with a right hand. I mean, he's putting in work. He's not afraid to get hit. Clearly, he got tagged a couple times, but he landed more punches. He has better effective aggression. He's using his ring generalship better, and he's in there working. He's not scared. He's reacting to the feints, but he's not like flinching and turning away. No, Sean looks good for a second time. He just threw 4 jabs in a row and finished it with an overhand right. Did that land? All right. 2, 3, 4, 5. He just landed that overhand right. He threw 4 jabs. He stepped and threw 4 jabs. Bam, bam. And then came with that overhand right and landed it. Had the opponent in the corner. But they're telling you that this dude ran. They told you Sean ran. But he just backed his opponent up with 4 jabs and landed an overhand right. Bam, landed an overhand right, and then got countered with the right hook. He got countered with the right hook. Now he's backing up. He's circling again. But they're telling you this man is running. The hate is real. These motherfuckers, see, they don't understand what they're looking at. Sean is a natural. They don't understand what they're looking at. You know what I'm saying? Like, he looks good for a second time. He's bouncy. He has good footwork. You know, just threw 3 jabs. Triple jab right there. Now he's tied up. You know what I'm saying? Dude, he's going for it. He's walking him down. He just threw a triple jab and another right hand and landed all 4 of them bitches. He landed 3 jabs and a right hand. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 2 jabs in the right hand. Landed all of them. And now dude, they saying he's running. Sean is on his ass. Just going in on him. He just threw 2 right hands in a row, landed them. Landed 2 right hands in a row, backing him against the ropes. Another jab, another cross. Circling, using footwork, stepping in, jabbing, getting the angle. They're tied up again. He's pushing dude against the ropes. Dude just tried to throw a left hook, and Sean kind of backed up like, oh, boy, you missed there. See, he looks good. Look, Sean is on it. Sean is on it. He's crossing his feet a little bit. All right, he has Sean against the ropes. Oh, he's trying to take Sean's head off. Jab, jab, cross. Woo! Listen, y'all need to watch this sparring footage. Y'all need to, if y'all ain't watched it, listen.
The Trump administration has announced a
Why are we talking about this? Listen, y'all. I don't know why they automatically do this. I do not want that. Sean looked good, especially in the second half of those 3 minutes. Now, Sean landed, he just double jab straight. He's having a lot of success with those straights. A lot of success, right? And then toward the end, old dude was going in on him, landed a few good shots, had him against the ropes. And then what did Sean do? He countered with his own jab in a cross. And as soon as the bell rang, you could tell he was about to land another right cross and stopped as soon as the bell rang. What is that showing you? Sportsmanship, right? It's a sparring match. I'm not trying to hurt you. We're doing good work. It got a little intense. It got a little heated. It got a little heated and intense. But at the end of the day, it's his second sparring match. Like, why are we doing this? What? I hate when they automatically go to the next video. Now I can't. I mean, look, dude. I'm impressed.
Oh my God.
I'm impressed. Where's the value map? I am impressed. I am impressed with Sean right now. And look, dude threw a double jab and a cross He caught all the motherfuckers and said, nope. It's the confidence too. He's showing a lot of confidence right now in that sparring match. He is very confident in his abilities. Yeah. Ooh. Look, it was about dude. His opponent turned his head when he thought Sean was gonna land that right hook, that right cross at the end of the round. But Sean didn't throw it. He was about to throw it, but he didn't throw it. He looks good. Man, y'all, they some haters, man. They already hating on this dude. Look, listen. This video is gonna go viral, and you're gonna see all the hate. You're gonna see the breakdowns. Everybody gonna break it down. They're gonna talk about he's running, but they're not gonna know what the fuck they're talking about. Because at one point in time during this fucking what are we doing? Why? What? Not at no point during this sparring match did Sean run. At no point did he turn his back. At no point did he flinch. At no point did he turn his head. Even when he's getting tagged, he is looking straight at his opponent. He's circling. He's bouncy. He's using angles. He's feinting. Now, you know, his feints, look, double jab. Look, he just landed, threw his head back. Right? His opponent just threw a lunging left hook, and Sean backed up out of the way and then circled, right? And they're calling this running. They're calling this running. Had him against the ropes, uppercutted him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's good work. It's good work. Jab to the body. I mean, it's just, yo. I mean, they're hating, man. He's looking good. But you have people in here saying he is running. He is running. Absolutely nobody. Bullying weight as usual. What is bullying weight? Take him off boxing now. That's what somebody commented under this dude that said that Sean is a weight bully. He says take him out of boxing. But maybe it's that easy, so keep him in. We're watching Devin, so maybe it is that easy. What is he talking about? Not gonna lie, why he moving this much against a smaller dude? Because the smaller dude is the aggressor in the first half of the round. In the second half, Sean picks it up and starts walking him down. But they don't care about none of that. Why is it the opponents always smaller than the Haneys? Just fucking lies. Lies.
Oh my God.
Anyway, I just thought I'd come over here and highlight this young man, 14, 15 years old. 14 or 15 years old. Second time sparring. He just got into boxing. He was doing tennis, wasn't interested in that. Now he wants to do boxing. What am I finna get into? I gotta do some work around the house. I got a honey-do list. I gotta get the tools together. I did quite a bit of work last week. I gotta do some more work. At some point the garbage disposal was leaking under the kitchen sink. And the shelf at the bottom underneath the sink where you put all the cleaning and shit, it got warped with the water. Now I got to replace that. So just doing work around the house, man. Just doing some work around the house. I got to start tearing up carpet because I hate carpet. We're going to replace it with some hardwood. So I got some work to do. But it's just crazy. What? That's BS, but okay. The fifth gradest stopped the freaking cap. What is she talking about? Oh, it went to another video. Like, what? I did not ask to go to another video. Jesus Christ, man. Jesus Christ. But yeah, y'all see, the hate is real. The hate is real. So I just thought I'd come over here and highlight the Haney hatred for Sean Haney already. He just started out in boxing. Second sparring match. And second sparring match, bro. And it looks good for his second time. He did good work. It's crazy how society is these days. You know, you got a young man out there trying to make something of himself, putting in the work, doing the training, right? Trying to follow in his brother's footsteps, you know, because he's inspired by his brother. And at the end of the day, he wants to box. And so he spars a second time and puts the video out there. And of course, you got the hate train coming. And either people don't read, don't know how to read, or they just choose to ignore what they read. Devin Haney brother, second day of sparring. Second day. Second day. It is what it is. Then Mike says he thinks it's race motivated. It might be. But understand that black folks are out here hating on the Haneys. For whatever reason they have. So let me get into this real quick because people like to talk about Ostarine and they think they know what Ostarine is and what it does. They don't know shit about Ostarine. They're telling you that Ryan Garcia used it to cut weight. No, I think that he was not able to lose those last 3 pounds because he was on Ostarine, because of what it does, right? Now, Ostarine is not something a pro bodybuilder would use, right, to get him ready for a show or something like that, to put on muscle, put on large amounts of muscle, right, to achieve super physiological gains. That's not something they would use. Women use it. It's good for women because it doesn't cause virilization, right? And the side effects, there are less negative side effects with Ostarine. So that's why they're saying, oh, well, women are more likely to use it and have success with it because they can get some gains. They can gain some strength. They can gain some endurance. They can gain some speed and some explosiveness using Ostarine without the negative side effects and without the virilization. Virilization means that when women take on more masculine traits physically, like facial hair, deep, their voice is getting deeper, and enlarged clitoris, those types of things. Ostarine will not do that to a woman. And for men, what it would not do is it would likely not, when it won't convert testosterone to estrogen and cause those issues like gyno and whatnot, right? So you will have bodybuilders that would say, first of all, bodybuilders aren't boxers. They will say, oh, well, I wouldn't see any benefit of a boxer using Ostarine. Yes, they use real shit like testosterone. Not just testosterone. They might use D-Bol, Anavar. Anavar is a SARM. There are SARMs out there that are very much stronger than Ostarine, and that will cause more negative side effects, right? But the Ostarine will give you the aggression. It'll give you those things, right? You will get the aggression. You will get the endurance, the speed. You will be able to cut weight without, catabolizing your muscle tissue, right? This is why you would use Ostarine, because you don't want it. You're not using the Ostarine to gain 30, 40 pounds of muscle or 10 or 12 pounds of muscle in 3 months. No, you're using Ostarine to perform as an athlete, as an endurance athlete, as an athlete where you want to have the speed and the endurance, the muscular endurance. You want to have, the power without necessarily gaining all this muscle tissue, which would demand so much oxygen, right? The more muscle tissue you have, the more oxygen they would demand. So if you're an endurance athlete, for all intents and purposes, boxers are endurance athletes. Osterine would be perfect for a boxer. Mr. Agoy said, this is my cup of tea. That's what's up, man. Exactly, J-Man. Them bodybuilders ain't athletes. Just needle poking and meatheads. Yeah, well, some, yeah. They give up their athleticism to build the muscle. So they're not going to use Osterine. But a box, it would be perfect for a boxer. It would be perfect for a bike racer. It would be perfect for performance athletes, right? Because again, you don't want something super androgenic, right? Because you're focused on speed, endurance. You're focused on explosiveness. Osterine will help you develop that. It will help you develop that. It will help you keep that while you're cutting weight, while you're doing cardio, because you got to do a lot of cardio. You got to run a lot. You got to do a lot of things that would diminish your gains. Osterine allows you to do that without diminishing your gains, your muscle gains, your endurance gains, your speed gains. So people tell you, oh, well, it didn't affect his speed and his power, but it did boost his performance during training and endurance. And well, these are things you train to improve speed and power. Power is not strength, right? Strength athletes are not power athletes. Power athletes are not strength athletes. These are different things. Power, you generate power from your explosiveness. Strength is something else. Strength is more controlled movement, right? Slow eccentric, fast concentric, right? If you're doing a bench press for strength, you're not exploding the weight. You're exploding it up, right? You're going. You might do 1 second up, 2 seconds down. 1 second up, 2 seconds down, right? Something like that. Whereas with training power, you're just slamming the weights. You're doing snatch and pulls and snatches, whatever the hell you call that shit. You've seen them, those cross thread athletes, whatever you call them, cross trainers, whatever. I forgot what that's called. I don't train that way. Them bodybuilders can't even do pull-ups. Well, most of them can't, right? Some of them can, some can't. Now, where I'm looking, it says we currently have no information for Osterine side effects. And it says when taken by mouth, Osterine is possibly unsafe, right? Which means they don't have any evidence that it's unsafe. This is why it might cause liver damage and other serious side effects such as heart attack. It might, right? Uses. This is Osterine so it says Osterine attaches to proteins in the body known as androgen receptors. Androgen receptors. When Osterine binds to these receptors, it tells the muscles to grow. What was it? What was it? Okay, it tells the muscles to grow. Does that sound like a fat burner? No. So when people tell you that Ryan took it to help cut weight, that's bullshit, because it's going to prevent him from losing the amount of weight he needs to lose. Because when you take Osterine, it is telling the muscles it attaches to your androgen receptors and it tells the muscles to grow, right? Well, when you're in the cutting phase for a competition and you have to weigh in, guess what? If you're going through a grueling cutting phase, you're going to lose some muscle in order to get down to the weight you need to get down to. Your body will catabolize itself because guess why? It needs to get the energy from something. It needs the energy to go to vital organs. So it's going to start eating away at non-vital tissue like muscle. Osterine prevents this. That's why those last 3 pounds, it might not even be the last 3 pounds. It might be so many pounds during the entire weight cut, right? So during the entire weight cut, you might lose 3 pounds of muscle during the process, not necessarily at the end, right? But those 3 pounds might be the muscle that you were unable to use, your body was unable to break down because the androgen receptors took on this Osterine and grew the muscle tissue. So ostarine does not aid in weight loss. It does not aid in cutting weight at all. J-Man says also the nandrolone. They tried to push it out like he was clean of it, but they put it out. It was faint in the system. Yeah, because they're saying that a certain amount can be naturally made in your body. Your body produces nandrolone to a certain degree. They threw it out. It is what it is. Now, this is the key here. People use ostarine for athletic performance. Or it says people use ostarine for athletic performance and voluntary weight loss due to illness, breast cancer, and many other conditions. But there is no good scientific evidence to support these uses. There is, but they don't. This is a banned substance. They're not going to try to encourage people to use it. And by the way, this is on WebMD, if you guys are interested in where I'm getting this information. Now, ostarine, like many other SARMs, is an investigational drug and therefore not approved for any use by the US FDA. Despite this, it is still sometimes found in dietary supplements, particularly marketed for bodybuilding. Ostarine, along with other SARMs, is banned by the World Anti-Doping Agency and the National Collegiate Athletic Association. So, that is what it is. Creatine is not the same thing. What are you talking about, Dad, Mike? Creatine is not a banned substance by VADA or the US. What? Creatine is not what? Creatine is, first of all, not a SARM. Creatine is not banned. J-Man, that's crazy, right? He just said some wild shit, J-Man. Yeah, creatine is not banned. What are we talking about? Wow. You can get creatine from red meat. Creatine is a necessary nutrient. What are you talking about? Creatine is beneficial. Now, ostarine is most effective. It's most often been used by adults in doses of 3 milligrams by mouth daily for 12 to 16 weeks. So, ostarine is not a fat burner. Ostarine is an androgen, is a selective androgen receptor modulator. It binds to your androgen receptors and tells your muscles to grow. Does that sound like a weight cutting drug to y'all? It is not. It ain't. Absolutely, J-Man. One is FDA approved, the other isn't. Absolutely. So, that is what ostarine is, and that's what it does. What's up, Anarchy? You said something is wrong with your YouTube. What happened? Your YouTube UL? Yeah, YouTube been tripping. But they always tripping. So yeah, there you go. Ostarine is not a weight cutter. It is not a fat burner. It is not a diuretic. See, they tried to make it like what Michelle Rivera took, right? They tried to clump it in with what Michelle Rivera took. Michelle Rivera, who fought Frank Martin. Frank Martin beat him, but Michelle Rivera took actual diuretics, right, to help him cut weight. And they were banned diuretics. Michelle Rivera took banned diuretics to fight, to help with his weight cut to fight Frank Martin. That is completely different from what Ryan Garcia took. Ryan Garcia took a performance enhancing drug that would help him with maintaining the muscle that he had, and it helps with endurance and speed and all that other shit. That's what ostarine does. That is not the same thing as what Michelle Rivera took. Right? That's not. All right. Here's a something with a little bit more information. Here we go. So here's a from another website from MedChem Express. Ostarine is a selective androgen receptor modulator that regulates cardiomyocyte function, improves bone healing, regulates uterine function for women, and influences muscle tissue metabolism. All right? Influences muscle tissue metabolism. That's what it does. There's none in there that says that it helps you cut weight. That is not what it's used for at all. That is not what it's used for. That's not what Ostarine does. You doing yard work? That's what's up. It's all good. You can leave a comment, brother. Anarchy. So yeah. Now, okay. That is what it is. All right. That is what Ostarine does. Ostarine is not a fat burner. You would not take Ostarine to cut weight. You would use it while cutting weight to prevent the loss of muscle tissue. And if it prevents the loss of muscle tissue, that means that you're going to lose less weight, or it's going to take you longer to lose the weight. But you're going to have more. You're going to maintain more of your muscle tissue, which is going to in turn help you with muscular endurance. It tells you cardiomyocytes, right? Cardiomyocytes. Let's look that up. What is a cardiomyocyte? Cardiomyocyte action potential. What is the action potential of a cardiomyocyte cell? In the cardiac myocyte, the membrane potential is dominated by the. Hold on. Okay. An action potential is initiated when this resting potential becomes shifted towards more positive value or whatever, right? I'm not about to read a whole bunch of shit about it, but yeah. That's what it does. Nothing about losing weight. Assalamu alaikum, King Fuse the Lit House. Yeah. Okay, so a cardiomyocyte is a muscle cell in the heart. So it helps with the muscle cells in the heart. It improves the function of that. And what is that going to do? It's going to improve your cardiovascular function. That's what it's going to do. That's what it does. It helps with that. All right. Cardiomyocyte function. Cardiomyocytes are cells responsible for generating contractile force in the intact heart. Specialized cardiomyocytes form the cardiac conduction system, responsible for control of rhythmic beating of the heart. Yeah, that's what Ostarine helps with. What's good, Brian? What's good? Yeah, that's what it does. So Ostarine has multiple functions because the heart is a muscle, right? It's going to help with the function of the heart. It might actually enlarge the heart a little bit, which could be a problem down the road, right? But Ostarine is known to have minimal side effects, minimal to no virilization in women. And it helps women with uterine function. Uteruses are muscles, right? If you guys know anything about women, y'all probably don't. Y'all probably think it's a plastic bag. Whatever. Y'all be all right. So, you got high cholesterol? Too bad. Now, are you metabolically unhealthy along with the high cholesterol? That's the question. Y'all probably think, yeah, they probably think a uterus is a goddamn plastic bag that women carry around the whole baby's in. So, at the end of the day, the heart is a muscle, the uterus is a muscle, right? That operate on their own, right? When they need to. And the bottom line is, this is what Ryan Garcia took. Ryan Garcia took this, and it helped with his cardiovascular function. It helped with maintaining and growing muscle tissue during training. And it said that athletes use it. Athletes, right? Performance athletes. Athletes that have to do shit. Athletes that have repetitive motion, has to put their heart to work. It helps athletes with this. But they're telling you, like Andre Ward's dumbass, Andre Ward, old coon ass, talking about, I think he told Devin Haney to his face, I think he used it to cut weight. The fuck are you talking about, bro? That's why I ain't got no respect for Andre Ward. I have no respect for him. You sit up here defending Ryan. You have no idea why Ryan Garcia used it, but you gonna put it out there to the world. I think he used it to help cut weight, or I did whatever it is. The fact of the matter is, it is a banned substance, and he used it. It doesn't matter what he used it for. Son of goof. Anyway, I got no respect for that dude. Once you coon out, you got to do some. You got to do some extra to redeem yourself. And I don't see Andre Ward doing it. But anyway, that's all I got for now, y'all. I just thought I'd come through and shed light on the fact that Sean Haney's already getting the hate. And I think he could use this to his advantage at the end of the day, right? He has, I believe, from looking at this sparring, which is the second day of sparring, he is a special talent, right? He's a special talent. He's confident. He's confident. That's the big thing. J-Man says Ward jealous. Devin surpassed him. Exactly. Yeah, facts. These are true facts. But what I see in Sean is a level of confidence, right? A level of confidence that is going to carry him far in the sport. He is willing to get in there and mix it up. From what I see, he'll box you, right? And he'll stand in a pocket. He'll walk you down, right? That's what I'm seeing. He looks very well-rounded here, right? I'm very impressed. He'll go in and out, right? He'll step in, throw that jab, and step back out, right? In anticipation of you countering. You know, he'll get physical with you. He'll tie you up, get physical. He'll back you against the ropes. He'll walk you down. I mean, he's mixing it up. He's going in. He's stepping in. He's you know, it doesn't matter what size his opponent is. And look, his opponent is doing good work too. He ain't scared. He's getting in there. You know, but the one I can tell you, one of the things they're going to say, oh, look how much bigger he is. Look how much bigger he is. Oh, he's a weight bully. J-Man said, and his father by the side the whole way. Facts. These are true facts. I always found it odd Ward was backing Shakur so hard when Devin was the true champion and from the same city. It's hard to understand it. I don't understand the hate myself, right? Andre Ward, you decided to retire. That was your choice. You retired early. You could have done whatever you needed to do to reach your pinnacle. You decided to retire, and now you're backing Ryan Garcia. And it is what it is. It's fuck you. Andre Ward is a goof. He is son of Goof Ward. And he's a coon. And that's how I'm gonna have to carry it. Bottom line to it, you know. I mean, and this is after he knew Ryan Garcia was a racist, right? But it is what it is. Thank you for exposing yourself. I mean, yeah, y'all can hate on they can hate on Sean all they want. All he's going to do is get better from here. That's all. All Sean is going to do is get better from here. That's it. All Sean is going to do is get better, and I can't wait. Oh yes, sir. Oh yes, sir. But it's the confidence, really. Like it's the confidence. It's the fact that he is facing his opponent the whole time, whether he gets landed on or not. It's the fact that he's not turning his head. He's not flinching. He is reacting properly to the feints. He's not reacting like, no, he's backing up, you know what I'm saying? Using head movement, using that footwork, getting out of the way. Even if, you know, that's how you respond to feints if you're going to respond to them. Because, you know, get yourself back into action. Get yourself back in the position.